Okay, Coach, third season here at Fort Wayne as the head coach. Heading into camp, what are some of the areas that you think you've improved upon as a head coach? It's going to allow you guys to have even more success this season.
Well, I think you want to try to get better and learn from what didn't work last year. And I think you take a look at that second round in the playoffs, losing that tough game to Toledo in Game 7. I think, overall special teams still continues to need to be a focal point for us this year. We put a lot of effort into it, but again, it wasn't good enough. It hurt us. And we could have maybe popped a couple more power play goals in that playoff series. The penalty kill actually came through for us, but we got to be better in that department. And we've worked pretty hard, Shaffy and I, trying to come up with some new ideas. So we're excited to try to implement some of those early on and see if something else could work a little bit better for us. But also, recruiting guys based on maybe some personnel deficiencies we felt in certain areas that would make our power play better. You take a look at proven power play guys like Jordan Southhorn and Peter Sivak and Jamie Shasma, guys that know PJ Fenton, that know how to play with time and space and make plays. I think we've really done a good job of identifying guys that can help us in that area.
You mentioned some veteran guys. Do you feel like you've made it a focal point in the offseason to bring in more veteran guys? Because this is a league that just continues to get younger and younger, but those guys can be extremely valuable.
Well, I think you got to have a good mix, and I think, if you look at Allen's team last year, they had a good mix, and I think right now what you see here is with guys like PJ Fenton, and you got guys like Jamie Shasma and Peter Sivak and some of the other guys. We have a fairly, I think, a little bit older team this year than we had last year, but with that, I think we're going to be a smarter, maybe higher hockey IQ team, which is going to be important. I think, guys that know how to play the game the right way with the experience, working with some of these young kids, especially the contracted guys that come in, they know how to be a pro, bring it every day to work, and lead by example.
Having Pat Nagel back there at the goal position, does that help you sleep a little bit easier at night?
Yeah, obviously I love working with Nags. He's my guy, and, we got a great young goalie in Spencer Martin that's coming in, and it'll be a good, healthy competition. But, Nags has been through it all, and he can really help Spencer to kind of learn and grow and kind of what to look for and stuff like that. So similar to last year, with Romes and Nags last year, and, we had a good 1-2 punch and confident in both guys. And what was good is we knew every day in practice that they were going to be competing, and it made our forwards better. When it's tough to score on goalies in practice, the whole environment gets more competitive. Guys start chirping a little bit more and having fun when goals are scored. And, I think when you can have a healthy competition like that, especially in net, it makes your team that much better.
Leadership in the locker room. Obviously, Cayley, was your captain. He's retired. Who are some of the guys that you're looking to step up and fill, not necessarily the captain position, but be leaders for this team?
Well, I think you could go in a lot of different directions. Obviously, returning players like Drew Daniels, Sean Zidlowski. You look at guys like Jordan Southhorn and guys like PJ Fenton and Jamie Shasma. Dino Lett's been a leader his whole career. There's so many different ways you can go, but that's really the direction we wanted to go was, you don't have to have a letter on your sweater to be a leader. And I think this year we're going to have not only whoever decides to be the leadership core, the guys that wear the C and the A's, we're going to have some other guys that can also help carry the load and really keep the locker room environment good.
You guys play Wednesday, you guys play Friday, you guys play Saturday. Right off the bat, what are the goals? What are you trying to accomplish early in camp to have you ready to play somebody else?
Well, I think, just coming together, getting the chemistry going right away. A lot of new faces. Guys are going to be playing with different guys you've never played with, so try to start getting some chemistry going, get to know one another, know the guys you're going to be battling for a job with that's going next to you. I think, we talk about chemistry all the time, and it's very important, especially when guys are going to be competing for jobs. The guys that are on your line, you want to know who they are. You want to know as much about them because they're the guys that are going to be scratching and clawing you with you right next to you trying to get a job. So really the chemistry side of things is going to be big.
A final question. This team, because of how involved you are in the recruitment, this team, even though they haven't been on the ice together, what they all bring as a unit. How would you characterize what we're going to be seeing on the ice when camp opens today?
Well, I think you're going to see a smarter hockey team. I think we're going to be a team with the new rule changes, playing a lot of 3-on-3, which is going to be a lot of puck possession, you're going to see smart hockey players really excel at that 3-on-3. We really try to go out and identify guys that really know how to play with patience and poise, but also know how to get to the net. And I think that was one deficiency we had last year was a lot of times we were one of the better offensive teams in the league, top 5 as well as top 5 in the league defensively. But in the playoffs when things close down, I still think we need to do a better job of getting to the net and being grittier and getting those second chances. And some of the forwards that we identified this year really have a nose for the net, and that's something that's going to help us out this year.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Go Comets.